Well, for those of you who don't know, Apple is a very interesting company. They've done so many things throughout their lifetime. And for those of you who've been around Apple products for a majority of their life, like myself, you know that they kind of do some weird things every once in a while. And this specific thing, which is very, very interesting, which is actually a lawsuit that is probably going on right now that is not going to be ending, I don't think, anytime soon, which is actually essentially a ad tracking situation. So essentially what's going on is that Apple, of all people, are now actually tracking people in the background even when they turn the tracking off, specifically in their app store. So this allows Apple, I guess, to show better advertisements, which in and of itself may not sound like a big deal, but it actually is kind of annoying considering they added that app tracking feature and they claim themselves as being like the most privacy focused company and, we care about the privacy of our, people and the users, but then they go around and do something like this. I think it's a very, very strange thing. They've also done so many things in the past, but this brings me to my main reason why I hate iPhones. I love iPhones, right? I would say 95% I'm in love with iPhones. I use an iPhone 13 Pro every day. Like, I love these devices. I have a 14 Pro I haven't even switched to yet, but it's the hypocrisy of Apple. When they go and say, we're going to do X, Y, and Z to limit, hackers or limit this or limit that, but then they go around and kind of do these things themselves. It just makes no sense. And now it looks like Epic, the game makers who make Fortnite and so many other things, the Unreal Engine, they are now going back to court to fight Apple of essentially giving us the ability of basically, installing third-party applications. Now, this is something that basically all Android phones have. Every single Android phone has this capability. A lot of other products have this capability in general. In fact, I think iPhones are the only consumer electronic with a display with, that a lot of users use that don't give you the ability of installing third-party apps natively. So this is another big, hypocritical thing. I think Craig Federici or somebody mentioned that, the reason we don't allow this on our Apple products or our iPhones in particular is because if we were to allow it, it would just become a cesspool of hackers and virus programs and all these other things. But they allow us to do it on Mac products. All the Mac products allow us to do it. And then they even mention, the Macs are, a cesspool of all this stuff too, because we allow third-party applications. That makes no sense at all. That is just a very, very sloppy way of going about it. I own many different Android phones throughout my whole entire life. I've never had any viruses on my Android, nothing like that. And I've installed tons of third-party applications. As long as you know what you're doing, you're not going to get, any, issues with it. So the fact that Apple has kind of monopolized the situation, it's like they kind of they say one thing and then they do another thing. They say, we're going to, we care about privacy, but then they're tracking us in the background even when we don't want them to. They say, if you install third-party applications, then it's going to, cause problems on your phone, but then they allow us to do it on our Macs. So I don't really know. I hope Epic can go through and pull through with a victory on this, specific lawsuit, but I guess we're going to see what happens. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.